Hello, welcome to Project Winter without winter and with zombies. I loved Project Winter. I followed the project for a lot of years and it was one of the first games I played on Steam. But unfortunately that game had a huge problem. Same as the other game with the Arctic survival, fixing the ship, doing all of those stuff with the cannonball. The problem is you cannot practice a Rata traitor, and I want a traitor only mode or at least a chance to play traitor more often than survivor because if the traitors are not good, the survivors will become too strong and will develop these silly tactics where they just stick together all the time and the traitors cannot do anything. So for a game like this to be fun, you need to have competent traitors. So I hope they fix that. Now this is the tutorial only, like the vote. Oh, traitors get an additional section. So if the this is early access by the way, if the developers can fix the problem that traitors cannot practice or cannot do much on their own, then this game will be great because the traitors should be very strong on their own. And you have roles. Nice. Poison all other players to exact your revenge. Interesting. Daredevil. Turncoat, Negotiator. Traitor. Scavenger. I didn't like the role update, so the game had a huge update where they introduced roles. Roles are mainly designed for survivors to have a certain theme to them, like a doctor, like a mechanic, like stuff like this. A cook. I don't know, I guess we just have to play. Of course you have to get some resources. I hope it's a lot. The map is not bad. A drop. Filled with sneaky items. Scrap. Oh. Huh. You can make tools, you can probably make more or less the same things. I'm more curious about the zombie combat, and I hope the zombies are a threat, so the survivors really have to act together, because in Project Winter you didn't really have enemies. And that was a big problem, because the survivors would just... Oh. Berries. That's food and that's satiety. The survivors would just, fast forward and do all of the busy work. Here we have spears. What? You can throw things? Oh, throwing the spears is actually nice. Yeah, don't worry, you can fish to skinnier characters if you're worried about this. Okay, so select the item, okay. Nice. The map will show your objective. This is our home base. Okay. So home base. We need the wheel, the wire, and the glue. Huh? I don't like it. I don't like it when things are color coded. Give me icons. Don't make stupid stuff like this. I guess the repair. Yeah, I don't like it. They should definitely not use color coding because it only confuses people that are playing the game. At I put it. They are learning the game. People that are learning the game need icons to see what happens, not stupid colors. Combat and comms, because they'll rarely check the items, the locations they need to. If you have icons over the map, you'll go there, but if you just have colors, you'll not go there. Annoying. Minus 10 points for house, whatever this is. Okay, so you have to repair the wagon and escape with our horse, apparently. I guess you're picking up more spears. I guess we'll complete some of the objectives, but this is really a bad tutorial. People will not really understand what they have to do. Yes, this is our gate. So what else can we do over here? I guess you're supposed to pick up a spear and go and fight zombies. Yeah, great job. Can we run? The berries are not as visible as they used to be on the branches. I need to make those a little more visible. So please, the max stack. What happens if you destroy the car? Interesting. I guess we'll just have to play the multiplayer because this is not a tutorial. It should really be called that. What can you pick up from a destroyed car? Electronic scrap. The sharp scrap only goes up to 3, okay. Me a long game. You to drop it, okay. Hey, this is going to be very hard for new people to learn. I guess this is the trash. Interesting. Oh, that's a lot of health. Okay, so tonics are made with mushrooms. Berries, interesting. So I guess I need to say some things are much easier because in Project Winter you had to cut down a lot of trees and do a lot of nonsense in the beginning. And it seems like food actually matters because I'm getting pretty hungry over here. Can destroy that barricade. Oh, interesting. So you can even sabotage the barricade in your base to get a few zombies to spawn. Okay, let's complete some of the objectives. Cooked berries. We'll just drop them near you. I don't like this. It puts you out of the menu and then you have to... Okay. 100 food, that's a lot more. Oh, that's very nice. So let's see what melee weapons we can craft. We have the spear that is made with... A spear with broken wood pieces and sharp metal. Man, you have a lot of weapons. I like this. I like this a lot. So I guess the silence weapons or the silence guns are the things you'll need the most. The triple sniper rifle. 3 shots. Oh, okay. Flaming pistol, flaming shotgun. Okay, flaming sword. Okay, so there are mostly other variants of the same thing. Brainer sword. Homemade crossbow. How do you make the homemade crossbow? Flaming crossbow. Yeah, it seems like you are supposed to find these things and then you can craft the better versions of them. Okay. It makes sense, more or less. Barboyer is probably... What? Improvised pockets? What does this do? Next inventory slot. Okay, so I guess you need glue, blue, yellow, radio. The same thing, so the blue, yellow and the yellow radios are supposed to be different for the traitor. So probably think of it like this. The blue radios are for survivors, the yellow ones are for traitors. It's not as easy as that. Let's see that as well. Also just drop things over here in the middle. Search over here. You can put them over there. Yes, probably the dead drop can be accessed from other places as well. Okay, so I see I see a lot more potential for the traders to do funny business. So it seems like the traitors have roles as well. Why exactly become a traitor, but huh. Bereaved. Daredevil. They get caught in your traps. Confident. Okay. The tailor. Team Reapers and Skin Walker part from skin suits. Ah. Bodyguard. Protect your world. Regain health when they're nearby. Interesting, very interesting mechanic. Sorry, I'm just looking at all of the stuff. Let's go out and scavenge. Now, I hope we can... No, we cannot access the maps. This is the problem. I hope we can... Wait, can we look at the map all the time? Because that's an important thing. I guess we cannot look at the map. That will be a big problem. Just let people look at the maps. I am having very high doubts about the game's success if they don't give people a map. Every game like this needs to have a proper map. You have to keep it open. Yeah, this is the first bad sign. We don't have a map. I guess you have north, west and south. Probably it's easier for people to, I don't know. Well, I guess it makes sense because if you find a trader, you just say the trader is at X, Y, Z. Maybe I should... The zombie. Combat is very janky, but in a way it makes sense it would be this janky. Probably this will get improved as time goes by, the animation should be better. Because this is how combat will be for PvP as well. Okay, let's see what's in the crates. And so far it's kind of too much. It's too similar to the first game, Project Winter. You can also poison the crates outright. And I didn't like to use the radios because, as you can see, you can find radios of the same color in here. So if someone gets a radio of the same color, they might, you know, use it against you. Craft a melee weapon. The diversion. Delicious can. Lots of iron in it. That's a fan. Okay. That's what you call a diversion. Let's see how the diversions work. Eh, the skateboard. We have some food outside as well. Yeah, this game will be very hard to do. I guess you have to make as little noise, less noise as possible. But let's put it over here. Some gravestones. The zombies don't hit too hard, well, at least not in the beginning. Nice. Oh, they have a limited number of reloads and they cannot be reloaded. Okay. Yeah, you can hit the zombies through the fence. That's not a good look. Guess this is how you get wood scraps. One of the ways. I like this. So the zombies are somewhat dangerous, but the main role to kill players will be shoot the traitors. Oh, prepare. I don't think I'll finish the entire mission. I just wanted to present the initial gameplay. So this is a dead drop, no, the trash. Let's see, we're somewhere in the north. Hey, from what I remember, we need a lot of glue. Oh yeah, imagine you're alone in this house and then suddenly a traitor comes and says hello. Full shotgun. Yeah, I like this. Okay. Definitely it's going to be very hard for survivors to, I don't know, gather the needed supplies, but the zombies are not actually a hindrance. They do pose a challenge. Yeah, we don't need it. I guess they only need healing items in case you are fighting the traitors. That's my radio slot, by the way. Oh wow, that's out of glue. When does it say go over there? I don't know. Okay, probably I'll play on online match as well. I don't think we'll have many people playing anyway. So that checklist. Save zone church. You can destroy the fences or the cars. You can search the body piles. Okay, the animations are great, but I just don't like the filters and some of the stuff they added on top. I guess you have some coordinates. This is showing me what you can find inside. Okay, that's not so bad. Okay, I thought initially you didn't have a lot of information, but it shows you what you can find in some places. And we're in the east. How do you get back inside? Oh, you have... okay. Oh, I like how the gate closes. This way it will not remain open. Yeah, let's just craft a weapon and that will kind of be it. Homemade crossbow. So for the homemade crossbow... oh, okay, so you need the adhesive scrap, the barbed wire and the wood. Okay. I guess what are those wood spikes? 4 workers at once. Nice. So the question is how to get the spikes. Yeah, this is a bit annoying. Can I just craft something straight off the bat? Off the bat, but I don't have a bat. Flaming. Combustible. No, combustible is an important resource. I have to See if I can find one sometime. That makes no sound. But is it because we're inside? Check it out. Oh, okay. Okay, I like this. Okay, it's much easier to get guns. One of the problems in Project Winter is that you could never ever get guns. Well, very, very early, so that made the traitor role much more limited. You get the spikes. How do you craft the spikes? I think you should be able to craft the spikes. It was an interesting experience, but I guess we got to see what the game is like. Exit game. I don't like this. This is one of the worst tutorials I've ever seen. Lucky for me I played Project Winter, otherwise I'd be totally lost in this. Get away from it. Who's playing? I need to have chat, so let's see. Audio. Push to talk. That's fine. Do it. Test. Yes. Great. Well, wait a minute. What is the push to talk button? Radio chat left control space. I guess space works. Radio chat is for your... Why do audio hit? Okay. It makes sense. Now let's become the character that we got for free. Okay, let's choose a relatively normal body type. Yeah, don't ask questions. That's how the developers wanted this to be. And they wanted to say, hey, that guy with the beard killed me or something like that. So you should probably look as inconspicuous as possible. Could be the sheriff. But this is not only cosmetic. You're supposed, like I said, you have to blend in as much as possible. This reminds me of Escape from Tarkov. Get that? Looks like we have cosmetics for a lot of other things. Okay. Pick times.
I think we all
in this game.
yeah, we all are.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh hell yeah, boys. Oh, we're in, boys.
Let's rock and roll.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, nuts. Oh, wood. All the way ready. Where is everyone?
Is that a British guy with a Russian name?
Let's go.
Okay, so that's what role we get. Because you'll be assigned a role. I don't think you can choose your role. Interesting. So as you can see, it will be 6 versus 2. So the two have to play very constructive with traps, poison, food, other stuff. Maybe get great guns in the beginning and just shoot everyone else down. Then you'll have to vote if you exile the wrong person from the base. I guess the exile is a little easier on this game because you can just be exiled out of the base and then just find guns and kill people. The traitors, like I keep saying, they are very hard to balance in Project Winter because once you were kicked out of the base, you would have to survive in the cold. You needed to be very prepared. I got an escape before it's too late. What does it mean it's too late?
Oh hell yeah, I'm the negotiator, whatever that means.
Yeah, what's up?
Who's my ward?
What's my fucking...
Oh, Jarvis, where are you, Jarvis? You're my buddy. I gotta protect you, apparently.
Let's grab our
Unless you're a
spear.
traitor. Are you a traitor?
Guess I'm a survivor then.
I think I got the shittiest roll ever.
Okay.
Is it red?
No. I might be a traitor. You never know. You'll see.
What do I got to do?
Yeah.
Play the game.
Die, probably.
Probably get
Yeah, that's
here,
true.
3 stacks of berries.
Where's the trees to punch? That's how you start, right?
The berries and then go
Punch
out.
the cars.
Is it cars instead of trees?
Why do I hear total destruction?
Just beat the shit out of this.
30 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, nice job. You show him who's boss.
Probably should do it until people get out, but it's okay.
That just fucking hurt me.
It's probably going to be super easy for someone to simply backstab you. The map different. The map might be different. No, I think it's the same all the time. Sword is so strong. I guess we should take the Molotov cocktails as well. Okay, this is very easy for me because I have some ideas of what to do. Can you eat them straight off the bat? Rig Molotov? Ooh. Yeah, the traitors will have a lot more options as it is right now. That. Because if they can rig the chest, that's a massive improvement. Okay. Maybe I explained the game too much. Now probably people will understand better how to do it. So cooked is 75-75 and you don't cook it, it's... Oh, yeah, they don't restore health. Yeah. Okay, so if you don't cook them, they restore some health. This is a map. Guess we don't have time to look at it. Bridges. Oops, no, I didn't want to rig a Molotov. I guess I am a better traitor than a survivor. Man, there's so little explanation of what's going on in here. I guess you better be prepared for anything. Safety ahead, the bridge exit. It just says you need the sharp sticks. But it doesn't specify how to get the sharpened sticks. I don't know. Or in the north to a cache. Yeah, learning the map by heart is one of the things I don't like about the game. Probably not complete the entire game, probably just play for 10 minutes so people have an idea of what to do and how the game is. Yeah, that's actually good. You just come near it and you can look at it. Medkits, repair supplies. I guess we'll need a lot of sharpened sticks because destroyed wood is not useful for anything from what I saw. That's the escape, that's the home. I guess everyone is over there. Oh, it shows you how many people there are, okay. What role are we actually? I guess I should have looked. cut down trees, so at some point you probably have to destroy the cars to get through this nonsense. Camera angles will also be a big problem. Wheels. Okay, the zombie horde is thickening. Okay, so basically you'll waste a lot of time if you sit and fight them, so... Okay. A lot of interesting features. This was... wait, so this is one of... yeah, they need to work on this stuff. It should clearly say what it does. I guess it gives you food and satiety now. Walker pile. That's it. I guess it makes sense that a lot of the places will not be accessible for you.
He's very upset.
Yeah, also they need to remove some of
Don't
the...
worry about it. I'm not one of those.
This is meant to be a safe house, but it doesn't look very safe.
No, it's yeah. To be honest, I'm a Daredevil, and I don't know what I need to do with him. It says just to put traps down,
Can
and that
they...
brings health.
You probably have to play off camera to learn better, because this is so chaotic and you have a very bad understanding of what's happening. Mushroom, we can make a tonic. The east, that means we're close to the base. I just want to check my roll again, because I might have been mistaken about it. They broke that stuff. Oh, okay, so more zombies appear over there. I guess you have to oh. So those barricades actually keep the zombies outside. So if a traitor breaks the barricades inside the base, that would be so funny. Turncoat, your role. Okay. If only if I'm exiled, I became a traitor. But if also successfully bite, probably that means we can die much easier. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I guess we can only use the raw berries to cook like that. I wonder what's different during the nighttime. Storm. If you have the same, more or less the same events, okay, I'm interested in the game now. Now, sadly, I don't really like to speak with other people because, you know, in a game like this, you just have to focus on your objectives. And don't believe a word they say. Pocket, so I definitely need the sharp scrap that you can get from destroying the cars and some glue. That extra packet is basically another slot, another backpack slot. This is scrap. Shrapnel. Shrapnel? Shrapnel. Shrapnel bomb. Okay, whatever, this is weird English. Maybe I'm not used to it, okay? Barbed wire. Definitely will have to make a lot of those. Man, it's cool. It's cool. They seem to have made the game as complex as Project Winter, but added an extra layer on top of it. Yeah, it's freezing outside, so I guess when the hailstorm hits you, you have to stay inside. We need 3 wheels, 6 barbed wire, and 5 glue to start.
Has anybody got any food?
I got poison.
Oh, there are berries outside if you need. Guess we can go and get some berries. I'm not sure if they can hear me. Let's see. I guess I can poison the berries. It'd be so easy to kill them.
Does anybody have any food?
So weird. Okay, I'm beginning to understand the
What the
basic.
fuck?
Oh, I guess in 2 minutes there'll be a swarm attacking. Oh, okay, now it all makes sense.
Break the walls. Oh my god. I'm dead. I'm so dead. Break the wall, bro.
What is happening over here?
Oh my god. I'm so dead.
Oh, you're dead, bro. You're so dead.
Oh, I guess you can get up all of the zombie mass.
Break in this house. Go here.
Yeah, wait. We need to help him.
Yeah, okay, so it's easy to kill 1 or 2, but if you get a swarm like this, it's so hard.
Wait, that guy's not off.
Okay. Oh, I guess this is why you have to keep the barricades
You or are you a fucking zombie?
relatively intact, otherwise the zombies will get out of control.
How do you rotate your camera? I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm gonna die.
I don't think you can rotate it.
It's not much better in the house.
I'm dead, man. Good luck.
You can exit through this side as well. Interesting. And after that, I think you become a zombie.
Oh my god, a survivor! Help!
You can still save me.
Where are you?
I'm behind the red house.
Come back to the front if you can.
It's so janky. Have they improved the
Oh
animations
shit,
and
more broken than ever. No, that looks like a zombie man.
yeah, damage is almost unavoidable after a few minutes pass for the game. Okay, take that back. The game is pretty hard. Have the clue. Everything stacks on only 3 times.
Alright, Henry?
Alright, mate.
Probably didn't make it.
I shouldn't have entered the house.
Supposed to do.
Yeah, we gotta find 3 wheels, 6 wire, and 5 glue.
Yeah, the sword is not very good to kill the zombies. Hey, take that back. The game is actually very hard. You have to
That's not the
learn.
survivor house. The survivor house is further down.
You have to learn a lot of things. Okay, so he died. So he probably just resurrected as a zombie.
South.
Let's go kill the other survivors.
Oh,
There's a survivor on me. There are 2 survivors on me. I don't know if you guys can see me.
you can control the zombies. That's great. Because even if you die, you can play basically as a traitor. Oh, after you die, you can lead the horde to the other players. That's actually pretty cool. Walker hero incoming. Interesting to see how the Walker hero is. Yeah, it's a great game. I'll have to play more to practice. Yeah, but probably I should have been focused on objective. $97 zombies. I guess in the beginning you can focus on just grabbing items, taking back to the base, but then you have to craft some better weapons. Definitely don't craft the sword. The sword is very bad. You'll get hit.
Is somebody near me trying to kill those two guys?
Whereabouts?
Yeah,
are
that
you?
has a zombie as well.
What's the names of the people you're
Oh well, see you next time.